Hello explorers! We are in Naples, Italy for the weekend, and today we want to take you along our day trip to Pompeii. The tragic story of a town submerged by lava and rediscovered almost 2000 years later is almost too incredible to be true. And yet it is. We are really excited to be here and we don't really know what to expect. Make sure to stay with us because after seeing the town and the aftermath of the eruption, we will go and hike the culprit himself, the volcano, and we'll see how its summit looks like today. Pompeii is the name of both the archaeological site and of the town where we are headed. It is about a 30-minute train ride from Naples.
Hello and good morning. Today we're gonna visit Pompeii and Vesuvio, so stay tuned.
First, breakfast.
Right next to the city center we found this cute pastry and stopped to fuel our belly batteries. With such a busy day ahead of us, we definitely need the fuel.
We are very excited to visit Pompeii, but we are almost more excited to taste these amazing pastries.
So for today we have empty croissant, classic croissant.
Well, it's not a croissant, it's a cornetto in Italian.
Like a croissant.
This is a pistachio cornetto, so like a pistachio croissant.
This is a sfogliatella.
It has ricotta inside.
I've got baba from a different shop because in this one
They were out of baba.
Look at this beauty, fish, cheese. Yummy.
We've gotten to the pistachio part. It's very, very tasty. How did you like the breakfast?
it was a good breakfast because it was an Italian breakfast, but yesterday one was much better than this one.
Yesterday we had breakfast at Scaturchio, a very famous pastry in Naples. You can check out our Naples video and you will find more about that. I really enjoyed the pistachio pastry though, it was really nice. We are now walking on a Pompeii street and we are heading to the entrance to the archaeological site. We are very excited to be here. Pompeii feels very different from Naples, right?
Yes, indeed. It's more clean.
It's very peaceful. We are not used to this quietness anymore after one day in Naples. It reminds me of the cities in the north of Italy more than Naples.
Yes, it's a quiet and clean city. Very touristy one. Lots of Americans here.
It's very nice, very quiet. Today is a sunny day. It's a perfect day to visit Pompeii.
We purchased an audio guide for our visit and they also gave us a detailed map of the grounds and of the main attractions. But you can also book a private or a group guide at the entrance of the site.
Here we are.
We're now entering the ruins of Pompeii. Our first stop will be amphitheater. It's right on the right side at the entrance.
The amphitheater is of course where the gladiator fights took place. This one dates back to 80 BC. It was built shortly after Pompeii became a Roman colony. Although much smaller than the Colosseum in Rome, this amphitheater could seat around 20,000 people.
We are now in the middle of amphitheater. I feel myself like in a movie, like in a gladiator movie actually.
Are you scared for your life?
No, but I feel the energy.
What makes this amphitheater so special is the fact that it's the oldest one, even older than the Colosseum in Rome.
Actually, it's very good preserved, I would say.
You can still see some of the stairs and of the benches where people used to sit.
Fun fact, the first performance held here after 79 AD was in 2016 when Pink Floyd's guitarist David Gilmour performed in the arena. In 2020, many of Pompeii's gardens were brought back to life with historically accurate plants. We mostly spotted apple and pomegranate trees.
I just found an apple. I think it's an apple. I'm gonna keep it, or maybe we're gonna share it later.
This beautiful garden belongs to the house of Julia Felix. It is one of the biggest villas in Pompeii. The owner, in fact, was renting its rooms before the eruption. The frescoes are incredibly well preserved, and you can see the layer of lime plaster that was applied to the wall prior to the painting. The artist would paint on the lime while it was still wet, hence the name fresco, which means fresh. This was a dining room. Romans used to eat laying down on these benches, and these, I believe, were bedrooms. We continued on this straight road, which was Pompeii's main street. Although it is now called Via dell'Abbondanza, its original name is unknown. The ownership of most villas is also unknown. When a villa does have a name, it's usually due to an inscription. This, for example, is the house of Octavio IV, as indicated by a retrieved seal. All the villas had a standardized structure in which the rooms faced an internal hall, and at the center of that hall was the impluvium, a pool for the collection of rainwater. These are some of the most beautiful fresco paintings we had the chance to admire. Although systematic excavation started more than 250 years ago, Pompeii is not fully unveiled yet. Around 20% of the city's ruins are still buried under volcanic debris. Every year, in fact, new discoveries are made. But new challenges also arise. The exposure to the elements and visitors threaten the preservation of the site, so the focus is now on the conservation and restoration of what is left.
Into my Pompeii mansion.
What are the latest Pompeii news?
Nothing, my cow just died, so I have to buy another one. Do you think that these stones are original?
I think so, yes. They're very uneven.
We asked Google, and the stones are original. On many streets you can clearly see the ruts where the stones were worn out by the passing of carriages. These emerging stones were used as pedestrian crossings.
The Odeon, or the small theater, there was a bigger one, but this is the small theater of the town.
The Odeon, or small theater, could seat 1,500 people. It had a wooden roof that made its acoustics ideal for musical concerts. The big theater is located right next to it. This one was used for staging plays and dramas. It could fit 5,000 people. The theaters and the amphitheater were the main entertainment buildings of the town.
Welcome to the big theater. There is a special sound effect of the echo. I heard people trying to clap, but nobody joined them. I think when they clap all together, it's like a big effect.
Pompeii had around 30 bakeries and more than 100 thermopolia, or canteens, where food and drinks were served. This is one of them. The holes on the counter were used to store food.
Would you like a pizza or some pasta?
Speaking of which,
It's lunchtime.
So that means
An explorer sandwich.
Pompeii edition.
we ended our Pompeii tour in the main square of Pompeii, the Foro. This was the political, economic and religious heart of the city. The main temples were here, like the sanctuary of Apollo. There was the imposing basilica, the Roman version of a law court, and the macellum or meat market. The centaur statue looks imposing, but it's not a Pompeii original. It's actually a contemporary statue made by a Polish artist.
We are now in the main square of Pompeii. Stay tuned with us since we are going right there.
Before leaving, we quickly stopped by the museum. We were impressed by this graffiti made by Pompeii children. Their parents probably got mad at them for drawing on the walls, just like parents do today. We also saw the casts of animals and people who died in the eruption. It gives us chills to think that there were actual people in there 2,000 years ago.
After leaving Pompeii, we hopped on a bus that took us to Mount Vesuvio. The bus ride was bumpy and full of curves, but the driver didn't seem stressed at all.
After seeing the ruins of Pompeii, we couldn't skip the opportunity to hike the culprit, the volcano that caused it all. We are now on the Vesuvio.
We just left the bus. The bus ride was a roller coaster, so you're gonna enjoy it if you come here.
We supposedly have 25 minutes of hike until we reach the summit, where there's a cratere and we'll look right in the eye of the volcano.
Wait for us, stay tuned. While hiking around the Vesuvio is free, to reach the crater you need to buy tickets online and pay a small fee. This 30 minutes hike is very popular and tickets are limited, so make sure to book in advance. The ascent is easy and doable with kids, but we still recommend sturdy hiking shoes. The volcanic soil is black and there are areas on the mountainside where you can clearly see that lava has flowed. This hike was overall a great experience, especially because we had never hiked a volcano before. Also, let's not forget this is an active one, despite that summit looks more sleepy than active. There are rocks and vegetation in the crater, which indicates it hasn't erupted in a long time. The last eruption was in 1944 and it was quite violent. It changed the shape of the mountain and also sealed the crater. As a result, the column of smoke that always used to rise from the crater has stopped and the volcano is now in a dormant state. This means no one knows for sure when it could wake up again. That possibility is considered one of the greatest crises Italy could face, and evacuation plans are always ready. Fortunately, for now, hiking the Vesuvio is nothing but a pleasure. To this day, the eruption of 79 AD remains the most destructive one, and also the one that gifted us the wonder of Pompeii. I hope you enjoyed this video of our trip in Pompeii and Vesuvio.
Don't forget to check out our Naples video if you want to see more about Naples, where to eat and what to see.
Please subscribe and leave a thumbs up, and see you in the next one.